Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Oninye and I'm a mom of quadruplets based in the city of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. In case you're coming across my page for the first time, please consider subscribing, okay? In today's video, I'll be telling you why it's good, like why you should consider giving birth to your babies in any hospital that you did your IVF. You all know I got pregnant through IVF, and ever since I got pregnant, I've been visiting that hospital where I did my IVF. That was where I gave birth. That is where I'm still going up until today. Any day my children has any issues, or me myself or anybody around me, we go to that hospital. But that apart, I think the reason you should consider giving birth in any hospital where you did your IVF, like there are so many reasons. Let me take myself for instance. When I gave birth to my children, let me just start from when I got pregnant with them. I'm not saying you cannot give birth in any other hospital apart from the hospital you did your IVF. You can do it, like you can do it, and you will come out very perfect and find your children. But me, I feel like doing it in the hospital, they already know your history, they already know everything about you, they already know like so many things. Or even if you should consider giving birth in another hospital, it should be a hospital that equally runs an IVF center. You understand? Because IVF children or IVF pregnancy, yes, we all know at the end of the day, it's the same pregnancy. Pregnancy is pregnancy, but this is pregnancy you built on medication. You built them with so much medication. You built them with so much resource. You built them with so many things. You wouldn't want to risk it, especially on the day of the delivery, especially if you are carrying multiple. I know what's in my eyes see. I know what's in my eyes see when I went to give birth. Yes. Let me start from when I got pregnant. From the day I tested positive till the last day I went for a scan before I was booked for CS. Everything they have been checking for me always comes back fine. Maybe because I was so lucky. Maybe because I was so lucky. But for somebody that might not be as lucky as I am, maybe pregnancy disturbs you, or one thing is your problem, and you go to another hospital that apart from the hospital where you did your IVF, my sister, they go change them for you. Number one, they go change them for you. Not like they will not accept you or anything, but because you did not do that IVF with them, a lot of things will be strange. See, they might charge you more than the way they are supposed to charge you. Because yes, you came as an emergency, or you came as they will be wondering. A lot of people come from different states to another state for their IVF, which is quite understandable. But if you are in the position whereby your IVF center is in the same state where you are, I think you should consider giving birth in that hospital. Fast forward to when I gave birth. The day I gave birth, you guys, if not because of God, if not because of grace, if not because of so many things, I might not be here today. I might not be here today. I might not be here today. Another thing I tell people is to consider going to a hospital that is well equipped. It will do you a lot of good. Imagine if I gave birth in a hospital where they don't have oxygen, or maybe they will tell you, oh, their oxygen is occupied, or a lot of people are using it. We don't have any. Oh, let's go and borrow all those things. See, I wouldn't be here today. I would not be here today. I will not be here today. I had I had hey English in the mud. I had complications when I gave birth to my children. I was taken to the theater twice. Like I was bleeding. I was bleeding. I lost so much blood. I lost so much blood. Before my surgery, they had already scheduled that I would take 2 pints of blood if need be. But after I gave birth to my baby, they said there was no need because I didn't lose so much blood. And then after everything, after few minutes, I started bleeding. They have to take me back to the theater. Cut no story short, because I've already made a video about my birth story. You can go down and watch it. I started bleeding. They took me back to the theater, and then after everything, I took 6 pints of blood. Somebody that said someone that they already brought to, and later they said I don't need it again. Now they said I'll have to take six. I took six. Even after taking the six, I still they shake me like now. After taking the six, my eyes still they do me like this. So imagine if I did my IVF in a hospital that is not equipped, in a hospital that they don't care, in a hospital that is careless. See, most people were like, why did you give birth in a government hospital? You would have a lot, your children will do this, your children will go to abroad, your children will do this, they will be supplying you food, they will supply you mineral. Maybe not for grave I go there, they chop the mineral or they chop the food. Because not like they are not good, they are good, but I feel like they are very careless, to be honest. They are very careless. The hospital where I did my IVF, that is the same place I gave birth. And that man, because he has not given birth to 4 babies in his hospital before, he had to invite external doctors. Not like they cannot do it on their own because they're very good at what they do. But to be on the safer side, they don't want to hear stories. They invited external doctors to come and help out. Some people might say, oh, the money, eh, blah blah. Because you some people might be like, oh, they don't have money to pay external doctor because obviously we'll pay them. But they didn't mind. They didn't put money first. They put my life first. They put my children's life first. And that is why you see us here today. So one lady chatted me the other day. She said she's currently pregnant with 4, but that she does not want to give birth in that hospital where she did her IVF. She did not give birth, like she didn't do her IVF where I did, but now she has switched to my hospital because she's carrying 4. Congratulations to her, by the way. She said where she did her own, that they don't even allow you to get to 20 what weeks. They will just, book an elective CS, bring out the children, and then put in the incubator so that your money will be plenty when they discharge you. I thought that it might not be true. There is no way you'll be strong enough and then they will just do CS for you. Maybe they have already seen that this pregnancy will be a problem to you. You might, it will worry you. So they wouldn't want you to get to that point where it will be a problem to you. So they would rather bring out the children, put in the incubator. Yeah, you will spend so much money at the end, but it's just for your own good. You coming to where I did my own now. If you are not strong enough, they will still bring out those children early for your own sake. When I was carrying my own children, they were watching me every week. They were watching me every week. Not like they just left me and just said, I'll give birth at 34 weeks because I give birth to them. No, they were monitoring me every week. Every week when I go for antenatal, the doctor will be like, oh, you are strong. You're still working. Safe. You are okay. Let's be going. Let's be going. Till I got 34 weeks, I said, I'm not going again. I beg, okay, drop me here and not go again. So she switching to my own hospital now does not guarantee she will give birth at that 34 weeks that I give birth. Number one, your age, your health, everything is. So giving birth in the hospital where you did your IVF will do you a lot of good. But if you are not privileged to do it, maybe you came from another state, still look for a hospital that runs an IVF center because there are ways they handle IVF babies and IVF pregnancy. Some people go to after their IVF, they just go and register in a maternity. Hello, what does the maternity know about IVF? What do they know? There is a certain the day of your delivery, there is a certain amount of anesthesia, anesthetic they're supposed to give you. Any hospital that does not know about that will not know. You understand? That is why it is good to do it in the center that does IVF because they have like IVF babies, they're not like natural babies. So let me tell you, they're not like, yes, they are the same children at the end of the day, but you know, it didn't happen the same way. It didn't happen the same way. And that is the more reason you need to be careful about everything. I just wanted to do like a 4 minute video about this topic because it has been on my mind. But I think it's already becoming too long. Let me just stop here because I have other videos to make. So if today is the first time of coming across my channel, please do to like, subscribe, drop me a comment. Let me know the next video you want to see on my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.